You ever thought about doing something out of the norm? Maybe like not living in an apartment? You ever thought about not renting? Wow, that's crazy. I'm sure you have, and that's why you clicked here, right? Let's talk about what it really means though, in like the actual sacrifices, the actual breakdown, and this is just my opinion, but of what it's actually gonna take to make the step to live an alternative lifestyle. So today we're going to talk about just a couple of my favorite, the ones that I want to pursue, the ones that I want to pursue in the future of alternative lifestyles. Not usual living. And by the way, no one probably told you this before, or maybe someone did tell you this before. This is not for everybody. If it was for everybody would figure out a way to do it. And yes, sure, you can make the argument of, oh, it's hard to get into or it's hard to figure out. True. But if it really was the best way, more people would do it. Okay, so we're gonna talk about three of them. We're gonna talk about bus living, van life, car living, whatever you wanna call it. Living in a vehicle. We're gonna talk about living out in the forest somewhere, so living in nature. And then we're also gonna be talking about making, I don't know what to even call the last one, renovation, do it yourself, turning something that isn't a livable space into a livable space. Ready? Okay, also we're talking about this because I'm out of money. I have 4 months left on rent. I got a couple of odd jobs that I can do to kind of pay my bills in the meantime. But once rent is up, I would have to move into another apartment. I can't get a house because I don't have a job. But that's not important. None of that is important. The reason I'm saying is that I'm running out of time and all of these alternative lifestyles, I am choosing one for myself because I want to give it a go. I want to lower my expenses. I want to keep making cool stuff on YouTube and expressing myself and try to be an entrepreneur because that's what I've always wanted to do. But that's why we're starting. So the first one, let's start with the woods. And let's see what the research says about the woods. Okay, to preface, I have been camping before. I've hiked some of the Appalachian Trail. I have been outdoors a lot. So I kind of know what to expect whenever it comes to research for this. I know the examples and the kind of supplies that I would need in order to find what I'm looking for. So I know as far as this research goes, I think I know what I'm gonna find. And the reason I'm starting off with this subject is it's kind of the one that I care about the least, because I know I don't necessarily want to live in the woods and give up a lot of the amenities that I'm used to. It's just not the path that I really want to go in. But I thought I'd give it a go and really see what the internet had to say about this. So how do you live? How do you live in the woods? And I looked at a list. Honestly, the one for the wiki was pretty good. It gave some basic things that you would need. And I think if this is something that you really are interested in as far as engrossing yourself in nature, and this is really the kind of all-in lifestyle. Like, you're out there, it's you, the elements, and whatever you got. And that's not for me. And to kind of videoize, to put it into video, here is a video that I looked up on YouTube to kind of just give an idea of whenever it comes to this lifestyle, it's not like a 10-minute video. No. This is a 50-minute video on just the basics. The literal basics of living outdoors. I think I've harped on this enough. And so let's go ahead and move on to the next one and not listen to what this guy's saying, even though I bet this guy's great. I mean, look at him. He looks like he lives in the woods in the best possible way.
Sleeping, I think.
After looking at all this, I think I have a good grasp on where we're going next. So now after looking at this stuff, let's go outside. Let's go outside and try it. Okay, we started off with that one. Wow, why did I just do my hands like that? Never let me do that again. Holy, I need to chill out. I started off with this one because this is the one I knew I wasn't that interested in. I did some minimal research, but this takes a very special kind of person. I'm not one for isolation personally, and one for waking up in the woods every day. It might be fun for a season, but for living in a lifestyle, not for me. This next idea is my second favorite idea. It was a trend for a while, but what people don't realize is that people have been doing this forever. Like since the 60s and the 70s during the hippie era, this was a very popular thing. For some reason it has resurfaced and went super viral about 7-8 years ago. But I still think that this is a very viable way to live. It's just not all glorious like some people think it is. But let me tell you the strong suits. Okay, so the Ford Ranger isn't really suitable for living. It's quite small in here and I am not handy, so I can't make anything in the back. So we're gonna use somebody else's car. Okay, I feel like this is pretty good representation of what my car would be like if I had everything that I owned or wanted to keep in a car while also trying to sleep in it. I don't think I would sleep like this, like at like 110 degrees, 120 degrees. I'd need to like get in there. I think this would work. Like this. Does that fold down? I think this is the position. Could you sleep? I think I could sleep like this. But seriously, this is actually 100% so close to making the most sense for me. But let me just tell you what the actual pros and cons are. I know we make jokes, but like this is actually something you would consider. And I kind of give it to you with just like a general mindset, things that maybe you didn't think about, not just the general consensus. So pros. All right, I'm not gonna list things off like mobile living or you don't have to pay any rent. Like those things are kind of obvious. Here's the actual pros of living in a vehicle, in my opinion. Okay, the first two is getting rid of stuff. You may not know it, but all of the stuff that you might have been accumulating over time in an apartment, in a storage unit, in a home, if you were to get rid of all of that, you would, it's like a literal weight lifted off of you, and I see this as a very big pro. The second one is ownership. Even though you may be getting a loan for a vehicle or for the van or for the bus or for whatever it is that you're doing vehicle-wise, having some ownership and not having to just get kicked out at the end of your lease or go find something else at the end of something, this feels really good. You ever heard KISS? Keep it simple, stupid. This is what it can provide for you. Yes, there is maintenance. Yes, there are things that can go wrong because you're living in a mobile home, basically. But if you keep it simple, and if you want something simple, this is a good life. Okay, honestly, the biggest con to this one, two things. Do I want to name the obvious stuff? I'm just going to name the first obvious one. If you are claustrophobic and you can't handle a small enclosed space, is that even really a con? Because you could just go outside. Is that really even a con? There's so many things to counter that. You just go outside. It's fine. Here's the cons. And I don't even want to say mobile repair, because mobile repair, you have home maintenance, stuff could go wrong in your home, and you're outsourcing things, right? Like Planet Fitness, you can go, I mean, maybe, I know what it is. Here's the only, no, I was gonna say a lower standard of living, but you can make your vehicle, van, bus, RV as nice as you want it. So it's like, it's not even like a lower standard of living. Not really. What is the cons? What is the cons? I want to say small space, but you just go outside or you just get a bigger space. What is the con? I don't know. I actually can't think of any cons to this life. And why I'm working on this next project, I'm going to be working on this. This is genius. What are the cons? Okay, so let's wrap this up. My last idea, and what I'm about to show you in the video, is this. It's a basement DIY project that is going to take more work, more effort, potentially more money, and resources and creativity than all of the other choices before. But I get the most excited about this because this isn't something I get the opportunity to do every day. So let me just show you what it looks like. Did you see that? Did you see that? I did the hand thing again. I went, that needs to stop. Okay, brief backstory. These stairs go to the basement of a building that used to be a bank over 100 years ago. 50 years after that, or maybe 60 years after that, it got converted. It got converted into a small livable space. So you're gonna see a bunch of junk down here because it's mainly just used for storage under this building, which is a local law office now. So there's a bunch of stuff that needs to be moved around down here. There's stairs that used to go out to the parking lot, but they don't anymore. It's just covered up by building. There's a lot of work to do, but there's so much potential. There's already some cabinets, there's already a couple of things here and there that will help the process out a lot. The only problem is I don't know what needs to be done because I don't have any experience. This is a project that is going to be a labor of love because there's a lot to do. I don't have any money. But I want to figure out these new skills for myself. So there are 3 rooms in the back. There's one right here, which has a bunch of storage stuff in it that I would be moving out. There's a long, weird, creepy hallway. I gotta remember, these are only 7-foot ceilings. And then there's more storage stuff in the back. This is more personal items. And I know you're not asking for what's in it, but there is so much potential. There are 3 decently sized rooms, closets in every single one of them. There is a bathroom that I'm going to show you at the end that is absolutely disgusting. And there's also this really weird brick room in the back that's super creepy that has like a hatch. I think it used to be a furnace way back in the day. I'm not really sure about this room, but there's a lot to be done. There's a lot to clean out. But I'm excited. So this is going to be my new series moving forward, the Basement DIY Project. I don't know what I'm really going to call it, but there's a lot to be done and I need your help moving forward. Thanks for checking out these alternative lifestyle ideas. I've chose one for myself, so let me know if any of these sound interesting to you and if you want me to talk about any more of them moving forward. See ya.